Hey guys, random ramble here because I saw a TikTok video and had some feelings. It's getting to be that part of the year where I can make a video without a lot of extra noise because, the air conditioners are put away and there's no fans out making extra fan noise, and the temperature of the house is just right, and then, you know, heater season will be in a couple months, but we're in that good twilight of temperature where I feel like making videos like this without being interrupted by the hum of a fan. So yeah, I saw a video on TikTok, and it was a nurse who, by her video, she said that she went through 4 years of like biology and went through an accelerated master's program, and then worked very hard through the beginning parts of the pandemic as an ICU nurse, saving lives and whatnot. And she's, she should be respected for those things, right? Well, she decided that she was not going to take the vaccine, and she is being fired for it. And because of that, she decided to make this TikTok video to say, look, I did all of these things, and I'm standing up for, my right to not take the vaccine, and so therefore I'm getting fired, and you all should hear about it. And my reaction to that is not the same as what she might want. It is actually good, because I actually looked at the other videos on her TikTok to get some more context out of this, and I can see that this does sort of intersectionally with her Christian beliefs. That's fine. And I'm happy that we're taking this moment nationwide to say, you know what, we've given enough chance for everyone to do their own research, and now we're going to start firing people for threatening the health of the patients and the health of themselves by not getting vaccinated while they're working in a hospital. Now, I also know that recently there was a news story about UC Health in my city of Denver, where they fired 0.05% of their employees, which was 119 of them, for not getting the vaccine. 119 people. We're still in a pandemic, ladies and gentlemen. 119 people cut loose from the hospital because they would not get vaccinated. And I really feel like, they're going to be missed. It's especially going to be taxing on the rest of the hospital. It's really hard to hire people these days. There is a worker shortage in general. And it's going to be tough on the remaining people. But this is a great moment to be doing this, to be making a stand. And what I'll point to is two other examples that I feel are parallels here, okay? Where I don't see this opportunity to root out the people who don't fit. One of them being in my own profession, in addiction counseling. I've known quite a few bad actors who bring their own baggage to the job, be it that they are religious and they do not believe in certain evidence-based practices that are the best practices that agencies do, or I know a bunch of people who got grandfathered in to addiction counseling at like a bachelor's level, and they have certifications through the state for addictions counseling, but they got it while they were working as prison guards, and they have criminal justice degrees, and they have a certain moralistic perspective on things that really hurts people in the long run, rather than, say, giving out more care to people in certain situations. They might want to discharge those people to the street because, you don't want to feed the bears. I've run up against that sort of person who, working this same job as me, would make completely different decisions about someone's care. But also, I do know at the master's level, clinicians where I went to school with them, and looking down their Facebook feed, I saw things that would definitely tell me that in their little podunk town, I hope that nobody who's of the LGBT community has any problems in high school, because the school counselor has some very anti-LGBT posts on her Facebook page. And, hopefully those kids get the lesson quick that you need to move to the big city to get away from that stuff, where that sort of intolerance is accepted at those levels of employment. But basically what I'm saying is, like, I see people getting employment, getting, rising through the ranks, and having beliefs that do not jive well with their position. In my own job, right? Another example I can give you is that it's oft-cited by, in the creationist community here on YouTube, that 1% of climate scientists actually disagree with the consensus of the 99% of climatologists that will say that global warming is because of man-made things, and I really do feel like I wish that there were some sort of like vaccination that climatologists would have to have, and then the anti-science climatologists would say, no, I'm not going to get the vaccine, and then they would get like fired and not be able to write papers anymore, because they obviously don't understand, or don't want to understand, the science that their entire field is built on. It seems like you can amass butt time in a chair, get a degree, apply for a license from the state, write some papers that never get peer reviewed, but you can point to them, and just really exploit the sort of authority that can give you in life, and be completely, totally wrong from the get-go as a plan. Like, you go into, say, your biology classes, Biology 101 in college, the whole time believing that evolution is a lie, right? Because your pastor said so. And you're just going to sit through the teacher saying that, and you're going to memorize what the teacher wants to hear, but you're not going to believe it, right? And in the end, you're going to become that nurse with a master's degree, and time served in very harsh conditions, that can really speak towards the spiritual decline of our nation, and say that actually this accepted science in medicine is not right, and we're not going to take the vaccines that are going to put the spiritual wrongness in us. When I looked at this girl's video, and I'll put her name in the description box if you want to look up her TikTok channel. It's not that big. But when I saw her video, I just thought to myself, well, good. There's this moment where, at least in their trade, in medicine, they're able to weed out those people who either did not understand medicine or chose to be willfully ignorant, And I wish that other fields had this same moment where you could definitely separate who belongs in that job and who doesn't, and remove the people who don't belong there, because there's a lot of I'll just say it, there's a lot of PhDs out there that they don't deserve to have the PhD in their field because they just got it to be contrarian. There's too many silver spoon in their mouth motherfuckers who already made up their mind what they wanted to write about prior to even going to school, and it really tarnishes the titles that they get, the education that they get, because they just get that title in order to say, I'm one of these, and actually I don't believe like the other one of these. And it just fuels division in our country. It offers people who have wrong-headed ideas something to grasp at. And it keeps Alex Jones barking somewhere on some platform that he's settled on, away from all the platforms have excised themselves of all of his pseudoscience. It keeps coast to coast radio going. It keeps the stupidity flowing, and I'm glad that at least one profession was able to have this moment where they could take advantage of this fine line that just delineates who belongs and who doesn't, and they're acting upon it. You can see articles all across the country popping up in local news of how many people the hospital had to fire this month, and good. I feel better about the health care that I'm going to receive, even though the hospital is not as well staffed, because it's probably better off without them there.